Hello, and welcome back, Team Bedrock. I am your host, TNC Cuban, and today we're going to be doing a command block tutorial. What we're going to be doing, as you guys can probably tell from the description, is we're going to be making a giant sphere. I came across a video. Basically, the YouTuber is FizzCannon, and he's actually a really great guy. He's got some really awesome and amazing content. But I couldn't help that what he was doing, there had to be a better, faster way. So today, that's what we're going to show you here in just a moment. Let me go ahead and switch my screen view. Whoops. As you guys can tell, there's been a lot of testing done because I kind of wanted to fine-tune it. Plus, there's also been more than one take. Anyways, so what we need to do is we need to find the center point of where we want our dome. I've already kind of preset this glass block right here because this is going to be our center point. Actually, I'm not going to make this the center point. Well, the glass is the center point, but we want to put this here. So this way we can actually stand. What we're going to have to eventually do at some point is fill in some small areas. And of course you guys will see, and I'll explain that here in just a moment. So let's go ahead and set down some commands. I already got, well, this was filled in with, leaves. Anyways, let's go ahead and set down these commands and I'll show you exactly what they are. The main command is going to be this one. This is our sphere command. This is going to be the main command. This is actually how we're going to be making this dome. All right. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to get some help. So we're going to get some help from some phantoms. We're going to use some zombies. We're going to be using bats. Those are probably the most helpful when it comes to just drawing the entire thing out. And then we're going to use the villagers. Now, the reason for the villagers and the zombies is because when they attack each other, they kind of look up, look down, and kind of look around and kind of fill in all the spots that we want to have filled in. Let me go ahead and put some buttons down because that's how we're going to get these mobs to spawn in. If you guys want, it's a pretty simple command. We're doing a summon at the mob that we want, which is a phantom. Then we're going to do it in the relative coordinates for the command block. +2 on the Y coordinate because, I don't want them to spawn inside the tree and die. We also do have this set at night. So that way the zombies and the phantoms don't burn in the sun, and we do have some night vision on. So this way you guys can see exactly what's going on. So let me go ahead and put a lever on here. Now let me go ahead and jump into this command block because I want to show you guys what the command is. So that way you guys can build this in your world or maybe even do this in your map making worlds that you want to kind of set up. So what we do is we have a repeating, unconditional, needs redstone. That's why we put a lever on top. Command block, and what we're going to be doing is an execute at all entities. Now the coordinates that we have here is basically that center block up there at the top. Actually, the coordinates are going to have to change, but that block that's right above that leaves, we need to get that coordinate, which I have written down right here next to me, and we got to put it in that first coordinate slot. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, so this way you guys can see that I've got that set up for you. So we're going to go 1206 93 566. Now we're going to be using the /fill command. Okay, and with the /fill command, you do need to have 2 sets of coordinates, but this is actually kind of beneficial in some aspects, depending on basically how you want the dome to be built. Now we're using the number 43 because that's in reference to FizzCannon's video that he used for building his dome. I also will be leaving his link down in the description below because, like I said, he's got some really good content, and you guys really should check it out. So we're going to be using 43, and basically what this is this is the correlation coordinate or the reference coordinate from the center point for those first set of coordinates. Now when we do the caret symbol, I guess is what you can call it, that's where the center point is. So from there, 43 blocks away from it, we want to place a single block. And then obviously because we only want 1 block thick, or like I said, you can change this number to have it thicker, which if we go down, what that will do is they'll bring more blocks towards you or towards the center. And if we went 46, that would be 3 blocks thicker away from you. So depending on, like I said, however you decide you want to build your dome, that's what we're going to use. Let's see, I have number 13. I think I wanted to go with number 15 because that's the black stained glass, and I think that's going to be really the better way to see the dome and see like the dimensions, because I want to show you guys how symmetrical this is. It's very symmetrical. There's really no issues, I guess you could say, with the actual symmetrical of the dome itself. Let's actually, we don't want to make it thick. We just want to have it one block, because I don't know, sometimes in my opinion I think having it 3 blocks thick is not so pretty. Let's go ahead and close that out. Alright, so we got those coordinates set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spawn in some of these mobs, because like I said, they're going to really help things get started, and it's going to be a little bit laggy at first because it's going to just be placing a bunch of blocks all at once. So let's get the zombies in here. They kind of, that's actually fun to watch. Let's get the villagers in here, because like I said, those are really going to help out with looking up, looking down, and kind of filling everything in. And the bats, because they kind of go crazy, they really do help. Let's actually call, or not call, but summon some more bats in, because this is going to be helpful. Alright, so we are going to see exactly how long this takes, because in FizzCannon's video, when I left a description down below, he basically told me it wasn't as long as, you know, placing them down. Yes, of course, using commands, you're going to have it, you know, a little bit quicker than placing them down manually, but I just couldn't help myself, and, you know, there had to be a better way, and that's basically how I came up with this concept. So let's go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. I don't know why. I find it kind of odd, but it really places those center blocks like first. Maybe it's just something the way with the game and how it, I don't know, figures out which one's to place first, but it really kind of gets the shape first with that one, and it kind of draws this line. So I mean, if you're an artist, you might do the same thing, kind of do some lines up and around like that to kind of get things started when you're drawing a sphere. So as you guys can tell, the blocks are being placed in. Now, I mean, yeah, as I look around, it does place a few blocks in. If I go slow enough, you can see how I draw a line. But I mean, we really don't want to do that, because that's just tedious. That's time consuming, and it's going to take way too long. Now, this is a larger dome, and it does take a little bit more time depending on the size that you have. The bigger you go, the more time it takes. But I mean, in the big scheme of things, it really doesn't take as long as it would trying to do it manually, or even drawing it manually like I am doing now. So let's actually get some more mobs in here, because we want this to go a little bit faster. Now, there might be some lag in doing this, but I mean, who wants to do the work themselves? Because I mean, I sure as heck don't. Let's get some more bats in here. Excuse me, move. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Now you can really start to see how it just starts just going all by itself. Look at all those blocks being placed all on their own. Basically with the use of and help of our friends, the zombies and the villagers. It's funny watching them get attacked. Let's actually get some more villagers in here, because we're going to need some, like I said, up and down looking, so that way it places in the bottom blocks. You can see how the bottom's getting placed. One thing I did want to notate as reference for the mobs is this actually doesn't destroy what's inside of the dome, and that's kind of like the biggest thing. Now, I did have some issues with testing them out, and when I first did some of these commands, it was filling in everything on the inside, everything, and it just kind of destroyed even the command blocks that I had inside, and I was like, well, that doesn't work. So let's go ahead and stand right here. This is, like I said, this is going to be the center point. Actually, where my feet are the center point. And if you stand here on the center point, it kind of makes it the easiest way to draw the blocks yourself. Because, you know, when you start getting these little pockets where the mobs aren't drawing, it makes it a little bit easier for us to kind of place, okay, we need that spot, and kind of just doesn't waste our time in creating this dome. So let me actually get some more mobs in here, because I really want to show you guys the shape. And I understand that the black glass may be harder to see, but it really kind of helps, or you're able really to see the dimensions and see that it is rather even. Let's actually go back over here, so that way I can show you guys at how symmetrical this actually becomes, because when you're building this, you really want it to be even. You wouldn't want this to be uneven. Let's just make sure that there's no other blocks to be placed. Now this is a little slow and it is a laggy because, like I said, I am not the only one placing these blocks. The way the command works is it does it from where you're looking. And it's not just me, but it's also the mobs. Wherever the mobs look, that's where it's going to place a block. Now, right now, it's probably not too helpful when they're not moving around as much. That's why we kind of do the bats and we do the villagers and the zombies together, because when they start looking up and down and all around, it starts placing blocks. Now, the downfall of this is they are consistently placing blocks where they look, and that's why there's a bit of lag. So let's see if I can refresh these mobs, because we're going to do a /kill at all entities. Okay, stop placing blocks so that way I can place them, and then let's get the bats to kind of assist in some of those blank spots. As you guys can see in the background, they really kind of help fill in those blank spots. Let's do that a few times. Let's get some phantoms, because the phantoms, they look up and down when they're trying to look for their attack area, I guess you could say. Wherever they're going to attack, they're going to be looking down. But yeah, they definitely filled in those top blocks really quick when they just fly straight up. Alright, let's kind of draw these in, and it looks like we got a couple of sides that are really finished. That one actually looks done. Let's go ahead and take a look on the outside before we actually get locked in by some of these mobs. Now, what I will say is, you know, we've been recording for 11 minutes total, and I think we started at about 5 minutes. We've got, I don't know, I mean, I would say confidently that we've got about 95, if not more % of this done. And, I mean, we did it in pretty much less than 5 minutes, or in about 5 minutes. So, to kind of show, yeah, there are some missing blocks on this side. Man, this is harder to see than I thought. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is a good side. So I want to show you from this center point, because this is going to be the center point of this side of the dome, or not dome, but sphere. If you were to cut this, you can see that on both sides it is even, and it is very symmetrical. There's actually a block missing on that one, but it's very symmetrical. Now, you can go in and start doing a little bit of cleanup yourself if you so decide, or as I would do in my, you know, personal aspect, is I'd probably just get up, go AFK, and grab me like a cup of coffee, or for some of the UK players out there, maybe even a cup of tea. You know, so that way you don't have to actually do it yourself. You're basically making the game do it for you. So yeah, let's go ahead and stand right here. Like I said, you could stand here, you could AFK. Well, you don't even have to stand here. You can kind of go anywhere within the dome, even outside the dome. You can go outside the dome and it does draw. But the reason why you would want to stand in the center once again is, like I said, it makes it the easiest way to use your cursor to kind of fill in some of those blanks. One thing I will note, in FizzCannon's video, when he was doing it, if he moved forward, he would start drawing blocks on the outside of the dome. That's not what we want. That's why we have that one center point coordinate. And if you walk backwards or inwards, it would start just wherever you looked, it would place blocks. And you know, if you weren't standing center, then it just kind of really destroyed things, and it made cleanup very, very difficult. So like I said, because everybody is consistent, or not everybody, but all the different mobs are consistently placing blocks, there is a little bit of lag. But I mean, in the big scheme of things, like I said, this is kind of basically took in 5 minutes in comparison to what he said he timed it at 30 minutes to get his done. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. I hope you guys like what we had to do today. I hope you guys enjoy making your own domes in your own world and map making procedures. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or even ways to improvement, hit me up in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. Also, leave a like if you liked what we had to share. And also, make sure you subscribe, because you can also get more content, and I can do some other videos like this and help you guys make some things better. So, without further ado, I will catch you guys on the flip side.